A harmonious salutation to you. How to be wealthy. So before we actually understand how to become or how to be wealthy, let's try an exercise. Close your eyes, relax for a bit, and then try to picture what being wealthy means to you. What is the image that comes up to your mind? Is it, for example, related to money only? Are you by yourself? Do you have other people with you? Where are you physically? These kind of things are going to show you exactly what you need to know. Because if for you being wealthy, for example, just means having a big number on a bank account, then, well, yeah, maybe you gotta update your definitions. Or if you don't have any definition at all, then remember, without an image, you cannot obtain it. So, first thing to understand, paradigms or how you view things keep you from having them or make you have a distorted version of them. So a lot of people have problems with money, for example, because they have the view that, oh, money is the root of our evil, or money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people equals bad, and whatever. So again, those are all paradigms. They're stories that you're telling yourself. Doesn't mean that they are false, nor that they are true. It just means they are stories. And those stories keep you from, for example, opening specific apps in your mind that will drive the money to you, or make them, when you get the money, get it in a distorted way, or in a way that, again, doesn't make you wealthy. For myself, being wealthy doesn't mean having necessarily a big number on a bank account. It means I don't have to preoccupy myself. I don't have to worry about money. I don't have to worry about having people, having relationships. I don't have to worry about being healthy, and so on and so forth. I can just live life. Obviously, there will be challenges. I'm not crazy, life even has a little bit of spiciness when there are challenges. Let's say you have a little bit of conflict on a relationship, or you have, some kind of health challenge that comes up. And again, it's not something to worry, just something you understand you have to overcome and become better, and so on. Same with money. Maybe you lose a little bit here, but you gain there, and so on and so forth. So that's my definition. You can update yours however you like, but understand that before you actually try to get something, you gotta understand what's blocking you from getting it. And all of those stories that we tell ourselves, that, for example, like I was talking about money, but it could be about relationships. Like, oh, suppose you are a man, all women are X, the derogatory thing. Or the opposite, you are a woman and you say, oh, all men are X, something derogatory. Again, how do you expect to have a nice relationship if you are already approaching the thing with a paradigm in mind, which it means to yourself that, oh, this is going to be challenging, or I don't like this. So you're going to, start conflicting, especially if you have other parallel stories in your life that contradict this. Suppose you think, like I was saying, you are a woman and you think, oh, all men are bad or whatever. And then let's say you have a brother or a father that cares about you, or a son, whatever it is, and that you care about them as well. You can cope by saying, oh no, but they're different and whatever. But again, those are conflicting stories. Then whenever you try to open an app in your mind, they're not gonna work well together. So you gotta resolve the stories, you gotta resolve the paradoxes, okay? In your mind first. Afterwards, it's child's play. Let's talk about money for a second. You gotta understand money is a resource. That's it. It's a number saying, okay, you have a resource that you can allocate on things. So simple, how can you get a resource? Okay, you have, for example, yourself, right? So you can do things. You can help someone, they're gonna give you some compensation or whatever as some kind of resource. And that doesn't mean always that you need the cash, you need the actual money. Again, sometimes you're gonna help someone, and again, you don't do it because you're gonna earn something. You just do it because you want to do it. You feel happy about it, doing it, and so on. And it ends up that a person gives you something back. And that could be, a gift or whatever. It could be something that you need. And it doesn't necessarily needs to be the same person that you helped to begin with. So it's something pretentious. It's something, just live life doing the best you can, activating this sphere right here, which, for example, in your astrology natal chart, it would be your Jupiter. Okay, so expansive things. But this expansiveness, it's only so you can share with others. So if it's being given to you, it means you are going to give it back somewhere else. Again, it's a currency. It's something that flows, not something for you to hoard. That doesn't help. Not even something for you to go and get. Because if you're opening the app of, oh, I'm going to get the money, guess what? You're always behind it. The money is always running away from you. So the point is not to get it. The point is to have it. And for what, for example? So I already made a video on that. For what do you need it? There's a lot of people who think, oh, I need that like magic number. Okay, for what? Sometimes having half that or 1/4 of that is going to be enough for the life that you actually want to live right now. And I'm not saying, again, that you shouldn't strive for more, but just saying we put a lot of stress on ourselves and we forget that it's not about the number, but rather the things that the resource can help us with. So the better you get at understanding how you behave, what are the things that make you tick, that make you want to go and do something. And again, it comes down most times to helping people solve problems. You help someone solve a problem, they're going to compensate you in a way. And you don't need to enter with the money first. You can enter again, just with yourself, your being, your knowledge, your service, whatever it is. If you already have some kind of money, that helps because now you can allocate that resource into generating more resources. So you can, for example, buy a machine and then rent it. You can, help get the help of someone else, which may have a skill that you don't, but you have the idea how to apply that skill, and so on and so forth. It's all, again, a flowing game. It comes and goes. The less you are, stuck to it, the more it comes without worry. The less you hate or have worry when you're spending it, the more it comes. So literally, picture money. The same exercise we did at the beginning. Try picturing it. What does money mean to you? If it's something, dark and like ugly and so on, it's not going to be cool. It needs to be someone that you work with, something that you work with that makes you grow together. That's only money. Again, health, the same thing. It doesn't matter if you have all the money in the world, but you don't have health. Like you're always sick or you're always, not tired or not being able to use the money to do something else. Same with relationships. We as human beings, we are always interacting with others. That's how we grow our own being. We get the stories and the experiences from others and we aggregate to ourselves. So unless you are like a monk, but then being wealthy is going to be something completely different to you, and you're probably not even going to watch this video, but you're going to need people around you to, again, share the experiences. So it doesn't matter. You have all the money in the world and then you don't have anyone to share it with. That's going to be really sad. So again, it all comes here. Whenever you have the right, and I'm going to say the word mindset here, but the real word should be something like perspective. When you have the right perspective on money, whenever you look to a place, you're going to see how money can be made there. Whenever someone is talking, you're going to understand, okay, that's how we can make something together. And it doesn't mean that you should go and do it necessarily, but you're going to be so in tuned that you're going to get more and more opportunities, more ways are going to be open to you. There are literally infinite ways to make it happen. Same with relationships, health, and so on. There's not only one way to be healthy. There are many ways. There's not only one way to have good relationships. There are many ways, so on and so forth. So the less you are stuck to paradigms that were created, that most likely weren't even created by you, it was just passed down by, family, culture, whatever it is. The more you expand your views, the more you can see from different perspectives, the best are going to be your chances of being healthy, being wealthy, healthy as well. So again, it's going to be a shorter one, but the conversations that we're having the past few weeks made me want to talk on that. And, again, when it comes to money specifically, it should be one of the easiest things in this simulator. Literally, it's one of the easiest things. And I'm not saying that from, somewhere which was given it from, heritage or whatever. Like, literally, when you understand that you are in a certain level of the game right now, and to that level, you may need X amount. Okay, in your mind, again, paradigm, oh, I need that amount to be happy. That's bullshit. Attain yourself to what you need right now, and you're gonna see how easy it is. How literally no worries have to be given at all. You're constantly being, put into situations that would give you the amount that you need, or the things that you need. Again, sometimes you don't even need the amount in your bank account. You just need the things to be given to you. Not only because you are, a brat child and spoiled and, things should just be given, but because you are interacting with the world and things like are in a spiral, they come and go. That's how it is. So the less worried you are about getting it, the more worried you are about just interacting with the world in the, put whatever emotion, funniest, nicest, whatever emotion it is, way you can, the more likely that the experience is just gonna flow, And when you blink your eyes, in a second, you're gonna see how you go from one situation to the other. So one of the most important things is to have like a higher aim, like your goal is somewhere there, and then you see how you get there. And then in the middle, you can even change course and so on, but just don't be so attached to how you're gonna get there. Put the pointer and start going, okay? And remember, I'm mostly talking about this here, but you have all the other spheres to work with. And it doesn't matter if you have this one very full of things, if all the other ones are imbalanced. So for example, a really nice path here is between these two, so discipline and expansion. And the path that cuts here, I already made a video on it, is the hermit. So again, going inside yourself, everything that you need, how to be healthy inside yourself. Ask your body. If you have a problem, literally ask your body, like Tony Stark does it with Jarvis. Just ask, put a name to your body, Jarvis or whatever, and ask, like, what's the problem with my stomach? What's going on? Like, what do you need? If you shut up your mind, it literally is going to answer you. You need water, whatever it is. Same with relationships. If you look in the mirror and ask, what is the problem? Like, why do I keep getting into these weird relationships or whatever, or why people keep ignoring me, or why people keep talking behind my back, whatever it is the problem you're having, just ask it. You have the answer. Same, how to make money. Just ask it. You have all the answers. It's not that hard. I understand that there is in this simulator, okay, such a thing as levels of challenges, okay? So some people are playing a harder mode, okay? So they're gonna be, probably in a very hard situation. They're the ones that are not watching this video. They don't even have the capability yet to watch it. And I understand that for them, obviously, it's gonna be a little bit harder, but again, that's just because that's the game that they're playing. But in reality, it's not that hard. The less pressure you put on the thing, the easier it comes. So again, a little bit shorter, but hope I was able to help. If you have any more questions or anything that you want me to expand on regarding this video or any other, just let me know down in the comments. I'm at Mora, Kabbalah, astrology, tarot, numerology, all the esoteric sciences. That's what I like to talk about. So if you like my stuff, make sure to follow me here. Twitter, we do spaces every Friday. Those are really cool. A little bit more advanced, but you're always free to join. And there's also Instagram, TikTok. There's my website. A lot of cool stuff there. So again, remember, DMs are always open. Instagram, on X as well. You may find my Telegram somewhere there, I think in my website or whatever. Or my email even, doesn't matter. If you want to talk with me, I'm there, Just reach out, because every person is different, so you're gonna have, if you have any like challenge or whatever, want my help with it, let me know. I will try my best to do it or to redirect you to someone that I know can help you. That's it for today, and yeah, peace out.